Hey guys, what's up? It's Blace07 here. I just got back from the national tournament last night. I'm a little sick, so you have to bear with me. My voice is going in and out, and I'm coughing. But anyway, I decided to play Rabbit, even though I was testing with Euros for a while. They just weren't doing it for me, so I decided to invest in Rabbit. I ended up going 6-3 in the main tournament and didn't make day 2 because you had to be 6-2-1 with 19 points or better. I ended up getting like 276 out of 1,600, so that sucked. If I'd have won one more, I would have made day 2, and 2 of my 3 losses were to complete sack. I got wind up looped twice, and I got rabbit tour guided, so there wasn't much I could do. But I entered the 3v3 event with 2 of my close friends from locals, Cleveland Johnson and Will Gonzalez, and we went 5-0, won the event, so that was good. I ended up going 4-1 in the 3v3, only losing to Six Samurai because game 3 he opened up triple rivalry, and I opened up triple rescue rabbit with no back row destruction, and there was nothing I could really do. So I'll go on to the deck now. I've got 3 rescue rabbit, of course, and your 6 normals. It's pretty standard so far. You got your triple tour guide with Sangan. Gotta have those for the broken plays. Actually, a little on tour guide. A lot of people were going into Zinmane's first turn, which I think is a really bad play right now, because if your opponent opens up tour guide, they can just go into Tempo and completely wreck your opening play. So I don't know why people keep doing that, unless you have the protection, which that's fine then, but I don't like the first turn Zinmane's play anymore. I played 3 Durat Guaiba. A lot of people don't like this card, and they sub it out for like Thunder Kings or something else, but it's just too good to go into the Evolsars. Going into the Evolsars is the main point of the deck, and even if you have to hard summon this and one of the normals and go into an Evolsar, it's still really good. And if you get the plus off a Durat Guaiba, it's just as good as playing a Rescue Rabbit pretty much, so I played Triple Veiler. If you're not playing the macro version, you pretty much have to play Triple Veiler. So I tested the macro version for a while, and I decided this version was better because Veiler and Pot of Avarice are just too good not to play in the current meta with Rabbit and Inzectors and everything, so I went with this. I played 1 Spirit Reaper in the main deck. I know it's bad against Inzectors, but against Dragons and Rabbit, it's really good, and you can get in there with those pluses, and it was really good for me the entire tournament. And then I played Gores, which won me a couple games. I lost to it once too, which was a misplay on my part, but this card was really good. That's it for the monsters. It was 21 monsters. For the spells, I played the Triple Typhoon. A lot of people were dropping to 2 because of Chaos Dragons, but you have to get your plays through, and against everything else, MST is really good, so I stuck with the 3. You can side them out against Dragons. I played 2 Forbidden Lance. I don't think you need 3. Right now, I needed space for more defensive traps. I would play 3 if you were playing macro, but I'm not, so I thought 2 Forbidden Lance was great. I had it every time I needed it. I never wanted the 3rd one, so. And then you've got your staple spells, your 5 staples here, and Reborn, Darkhold, Heavy, Book of Moon, and Pot of Avarice. I think it was 11 spells there, and then my 9 traps. Got the Solemn Brigade here. Double TT, some people only play 1 in Rabbit. This really helps the bad hands, and it was just really good for me. I played double bottomless. I think this is staple right now in the current format with Dragons and Rabbit being rampant. It's okay against Inzectors if you can hit Centipede or one of their XYZs when they're trying to attack over something. And against Wind-Ups, which apparently won the tournament, you can hit Zenmaidi and their XYZs, so bottomless is pretty good. I played 1 D-Prison instead of Mirror Force because I just think D-Prison's better right now, getting rid of Light Pulsars and Card Troopers and Sangins and Zenmanes. It's just a much better card than Mirror Force for me right now. And then my MVP of the tournament was my last second choice in main decking a compulsory as my 40th card. Every single time somebody had to go tour guide to get over one of my Volstars after I had lost the materials, I had Compulse down, and I usually won because of it. Like, I Compulse probably 5 or 6 Zenmanes, a couple Leviathan Dragons. This was just absolutely amazing for me. So that was the main deck. It was 40 cards. We'll go into the side deck now. triple Macrocosmos. This is pretty standard if you're not maining them. It's really good against Insectors and Dragons. So, I did 2 more D-Prisons for the Mirror Match and Dragons, because you need the removal against Rabbit, and against Dragons you need to be able to remove Light Pulsar and just remove their targets when they're attacking. It is a target for Lila, just like a sitting duck, but other cards in the side deck prevent that from happening. I played 2 Dust Tornado. This was mainly for like road decks like Gravekeepers, and for Insectors when they're main decking safe zones and siding into Messenger of Peace. It was pretty good. I did end up Dust Tornadoing 1 or 2 safe zones against Insectors. I would still play them. I did 2 Soul Takers, which was really good too. Against Rabbit, you can hit the Dolka without having to target the other card on the field, or you can just waste the Logia materials, and against Dragons and Heroes, you can obviously make the Shining and Light Pulsar miss timing. It's good to have the removal. 2 level limit area B for Dragons and Heroes and anything that doesn't really have anything other than higher levels. This with the macro against Dragons is pretty much like they're not going to be able to do much because they can't get a graveyard and they can't attack you. So, and it makes it to where they can't use their Lila. And then 3 Snowman Eater for the Mirror Match, Heroes, anything that just tries to beat you down. This was really good too, especially against the Mirror. I played 3 of them. 2 in Swiss and 1 in the 3v3. And then the last one was a card I was borrowing. It was a Max C, because right before, this was the last minute edition right before the tournament. We saw how much windups was being played, and I had an extra spot, so I put a Max C in. And it helped because I played Heretic and Windup in the main event, and I had the Max C for one of them. So, the one thing I would change, I would play 2 of these now after Windup won the event. And then the extra deck, sorry I didn't organize this. Let's go through it. We got Gem Knight Pearl. A lot of people don't like this card. I like it. Steel Swarm Roach for Dragons. Utopia Ray and Utopia. I actually won a game against Insectors in the main event because of Utopia Ray. I had searched a Rabbit off of a Sangan like a turn before, and he summoned a BLS when I was at 4,000 and attacked me directly and got me down to 1,000, and he was at 3,000. So I rabbited into Utopia Ray, used this effect on BLS, and attacked him for a game, and he was really salty. I mean, whatever. Photon Papillo Operative should be Butterfly Assassin, but this card got rid of a Reaper once for me, and it got rid of a Gores in defense by switching it to attack mode and then smashing into it the next turn, so this was just really good. The 2 Logia, you don't really need 3, especially with Pot of Avarice, and then the 2 Dolka. And then you've got Leviair. I only played 1, I only had room for 1, but I never, ever needed the second one the entire time, so it was okay. And then you have Pot of Avarice anyway. Leviathan Dragon, which was pretty good, I went into it a couple times. Acid Golem I went into a couple times too, so it was useful. Tempo was amazing. I stripped Zen mains from materials like at least once every like 2 matches. It was just ridiculous. And some people didn't even know what this card did. 1 Maystroke, I went into this a lot too, it helped a lot, so I don't think there was a single card in my extra deck that I did not use. Because I even went into Roach against Dragons. I didn't use Gem Knight Pearl, but it's there for just in case purposes, so that's understandable. And then the last card I was borrowing is Zen mains. I went into it once or twice. I don't go into this anymore because of Tempo unless I absolutely have to. So, that's the deck. Like I said, I did pretty well. I should have done a little better. I don't think I would have played anything different or changed anything in the main deck. I would have changed the side deck, but I think the main deck is really solid, and I wouldn't change anything. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave your comments below. I will be at Gen Con, and I will be at the YCS in Indianapolis, so I hope to see you guys there. See ya.